Kathleen Butler was a young clerical employee of the Public Works Department in New South Wales, and she teamed up with John Bradfield, the engineer who designed the bridge, to form a team in the early part of the work. In 1912, Bradfield was commissioned as Engineer-in-Chief Sydney Harbour Bridge and City Transit, and he formed a branch of the Public Works Department, and Butler was the first employee he appointed to his new branch. Her nicknames, the Bridge Girl and the Godmother of the Sydney Harbour Bridge, were very well known in the press in Sydney in the day. Kathleen Butler had no formal engineering qualifications and no formal qualifications past school, but I think that she had worked so closely with John Bradfield over 10 or 12 years by the pinnacle of her career in 1924, say, that she had picked up lots and lots of engineering competence. Kathleen Butler had all the responsibilities that Bradfield entrusted to her, and they were many. Bradfield in 1922 left Australia for 6 months to travel the world to try and sweet-talk tenderers to submit a tender for the bridge, and so he was out of the country, out of communication, no internet of course, no email, and so Butler was left in Sydney to run the project, and that included getting the Harbour Bridge Act through the New South Wales Parliament. She wrote the notes which accompanied the Act through Parliament, and all the members of the New South Wales Parliament said those notes were crucial to the passage of the Act. At the same time, tenders were open for the bridge. All sorts of large engineering corporations throughout the world were working on it, and they were asking questions. Some of them had representatives in Sydney, and some of them were dealing through telegrams and cables, and Butler was answering those, dealing with those. So these were very great responsibilities. There is a photo of her at the opening of the tenders in 1924, and she herself is quoted as saying, "I was the only woman present in the room when the tenders were opened." When the contract was signed, a few weeks after the closing of tenders and after their report had been digested, Kathleen Butler was one of only a few people in the room witnessing the ministers signing that document, which therefore led to the construction of the bridge. I think the most amazing thing that Kathleen Butler did was immediately after the contracts were signed, the necessity was that the bridge would be designed in London in the offices of Dorman Long and Company. So that meant some representatives of New South Wales from the government or the Public Works Department had to travel to London to negotiate details with Dorman Long. The 4 people were sent. That was 3 young 24-year-old civil engineers, locally trained at Sydney University, led by Kathleen Butler. And she was in charge. She was paid more than these professionally qualified engineers, and she was a sensation when she got to London. In 1924, United Kingdom was right in the midst of the whole suffrage issue for women. When this young woman from the colonies lobbed there, and as far as they could see, she was building the greatest bridge in the world. Kathleen Butler was certainly the poster child for the suffrage movement in United Kingdom. She was invited to royal garden parties, and newspapers all over the country picked up and reported on this. Kathleen Muriel Butler's career with building the Sydney Harbour Bridge ended in the first half of 1927. She left because she married. In the 1920s, married women had to resign. They could not remain as public servants. What was the importance of Bradfield and Butler relative to each other? I think we can answer that question by looking to Bradfield himself. He is quoted as saying in Sydney to the press, "I do not think I could have brought this project to a satisfactory conclusion without the assistance of Kathleen Muriel Butler."